Alright. Hey guys, Oxy here. And today I'm going to be coming at you with a Bane tutorial. Now that I actually have time to do this with the new patch for Injustice 2 hitting today. So let's get right into it. Bane is one of the lower tier characters you'll find in this game, but you'll find that he is incredibly effective. At least in terms of getting in on your opponent. When you stay in, he hits like a truck. It's ridiculous. But we're gonna start off with our basic level 20 Bane here.
Bane.
And we're gonna use Superman as our whipping boy.
Superman.
And I'll be covering what happened in the new patch today too. I wanted to wait to do this tutorial until the patch hit, because it wouldn't make sense if everything was going to change. My information would be inaccurate. So let's get into, well, the basics of Bane. With the new patch hitting today, Bane's base stats have been adjusted to have 50 less strength and 50 less health, but 100 more defense. He'll take less damage, but he won't hit as hard as he will before. That's honestly fine. It's not much, and plus, all of his base damage of most of his normal attacks has been increased, and his special moves have been increased as well. I like that personally. Now let's get into his move list. That's what I love about Injustice 2. I love being able to tag up to 10 moves. Alright, we're gonna go over the basics first. Alright. Bane standing 1, brutal jab, now has 7 start out frames. It's much faster. And it's -5 on block. It's safe. His shin splint, that's a low. It's 17 startup frames. You can also stagger that into a command grab if they block it, but I'll show you guys command grab tech later. And his shattering cross, 19 startup frames. His pushback is pretty good, pretty bad, but it's a +7 on block, so if you get them in the corner, down 1 into shattering cross, and then if they basically press a button or shattering cross, and down 1 to mercenary's elbow. It's a good way to get free damage if they press a button, lay on a few mix-ups. I like it personally. Then we have Bane's down 1. It's 11 start out frames. It's slow, but his range is pretty good. Actually, it's one of the best in the game. To get consistent hits at this range. It's a nice spacing tool. You'll see that I use it often to make my opponents jump, then catch them with the down 2. Then we have his brutal hammer fist, which you're standing 2 at and it's a -3. One thing I've noticed is that when you play Bane, if you jump in and you go for like his back 2, standing 1s, even his back 1, your opponent is actually able to poke you out of it because the startup for those moves just takes so long. It sucks. So, if you notice your opponent is doing that, you do your jump-ins. Jump in with your standing 2. follow that up with some, and you can apply a little pressure out that. His Earthquake Quake Stomp is his back 2. It's got a pretty good range on it. Not really. That's how you're going to get most of your damage as Bane. 18 frame startup, -5 on block. Not too bad. Now you have his Power Punch. This is where things get interesting. I'm not certain if I could demonstrate without a friend being here, but this move hits hard, but it's also -26. You can finish it in the 1-1 to Power Punch. It's a nice combo ender if you want to push your opponent away, make space, set up a Venom Charge or something. We'll get into that later. It can also be canceled into an overhead when you do Power Punch and hold down. Your overhead can be followed up with some different combo attacks, but I'll get into those later if we cover his buttons. Then you have your standing heavy. It's got some decent range. Almost starting length away. All you need is like a little shovel step. 15 frame startup, -7 on block. It's kinda safe, kinda not. Not too crazy about it. It's just one of those things that, you know, I never really use. Then you have his forward 3 and his back 3. His back 3's got a pretty good chunk of damage, except the startup's slow and Bane's legs are kind of stubby, so if you're trying to anticipate your opponent jumping in or something like that, your back 3 is not the way to do it. I've seen some people armor their back 3 pretty well, but I just don't use it. Then you have your forward 3. Bane's forward 3 is pretty good. It may have 30 frame startup, but it is +5 on block. So if you do something like Shattering Cross in the forward 3 and they still block it, you're free to press buttons. I'm sorry if you hear my roommate snoring in the background. She's had a long day. So that's basically covering Bane's basic moves, except for his down 3. Why use Bane's down 3 when you have an amazing down 1 that's safe, and this is not? Then you have knockdown. All of his jump-ins are incredibly unsafe on the run. That's why you follow them up with regular attacks. Huh. Unique to Bane is a special jumping heavy. Is a jumping down 3. It's got some pretty good range on it. Plus it hits pretty hard. You can get some decent combo damage. I'll have to start using it more since it's, well, much safer than -19, -15. Blah. Much faster too. Then you got Bane's throws. Pretty good damage, just standard choke slams. Forward, back, forward, back. Huh, good tactic to use for almost any character in Injustice 2. Down 1, throw. Down 1, throw. And cancels, air escapes. I don't need to go into that stuff. We're going to go into Bane's combos here. And I'll be able to show off a few if I could pull them off. I haven't played Injustice 2 in a minute. So Let's see, do I have Tented? All of his combos start with a standing one, or at least back one, whatever. Sorry guys, I just rolled out of bed, so I'm not gonna get quality content this time. Alright. We're gonna start off with Bane's 1-1. It's gonna hit high then mid. It is 7 frames startup, -4 on block. Much better than it was before for 9 frames. They did fix Bane's move list to make him faster to compete with other characters. 1-1. Second hit hits mid, so if you whiff the first, your opponent can react and poke you out of it. So just be careful. Then you have basically 1-1-2. It goes into your power fist. Look at that damage. It's a good combo ender if you're trying to set up a venom charge or something, or your opponent likes to wake up. The wake up, you venom charge right over him, use your armor, take the hit. Well, it's -26, so be very careful, watch your spacing. Your best option for that is do the 1-1-2 and hold down. That is your power fist cancel into your overhead. And that makes it a lot safer for you. Like for example, gonna cover these. It's a lot better, adds a little dimension to your mix-up game. Now, your raw deal on 1-2, down 2. That's +2 on block, so if you're applying some pressure and they block it, go in for down 1 to Mercenary's Elbow, down 1 to Bane Bomb. It's pretty solid. Then you get your 1-1-2 into your down 3. 28 frames startup, pretty heavy, but most of the time your opponent's afraid to poke you out of it. Let's remove these. -5 on block, and ends with a pretty high damage kick. If you want to cash out your damage off that overhead, hard times how you do it. Now this is where things are going to get a little interesting. Your 1-1-3 ends in another overhead. Now hits harder too. Now it's also +2 on block. Yes, thank you. Thank you, NetherRealm Studios. That move could be bounce canceled. You can cancel into your Mercenary's Elbow, your Bane Bomb, whatever. And if you're in the corner, you can combo off it. I'll show you that later. Now you have Bane's back 1-1. It's a double O. And also stagger that into the Bane Bomb. Second kick also has some reach, so if you want to add a little dimension to your mix-up game, back one into let's see, back one to Mercenary's Elbow. It's one of my YouTube subscribers. Thank you, Lethal Injection. So your back 1-1 leads into Bane's mix-up game. Great way to start your pressure off by mix-ups, then go into your 1-1-2 to 1-1 down 2-2, 1-1-3. Just go into your grabs. At least I find it's very effective. And if you finish the string back 1-1-2, it's a bit of a launcher, and it's -2 on block. Bitter Taste is my favorite way to apply pressure with Bane. Now you have Dead One, Final Strike, Death Run, Venom Strength. We're going to go into that here real quick. I see no reason to use Dead One personally. It is useless. hits mid, which is great, but why do that when you can just finish the string and be able to cash out most of your damage? Now, Bane's 1, 2, 3, his final strike is the best way to cash out damage with him. Or at least link some of your moves into higher damaging combos. It's -4 on block, sends your opponent flying, does good damage. I like it. You can chain that into your air grabs. You can chain that into your Venom uppercut, I believe. Nope, just outrage. But you can chain it into your Mercenary's elbow. How we get into Bane goes with a standing 2. Alright, it's 2-2, 15 frame startup. But like I said, if people start to poke you out of your regular jump-ins, oh man, that's when I advise starting in with your standing 2. It's still safe, and if you catch him with it, you can hit confirm it into a Bane bomb. That's your best way to cash out damage. Venom strength, 70 frame startup, -8 on block. It's just a nice way to knock your opponent back into the corner, at least get good corner positioning. Also, you could set up a Venom charge. His back 2-1. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what the girlfriend's texting me. Nightfall, it's low to overhead. Startup's low, but it's a hard knockdown, like down one to Mercenary's elbow, then forward dash in, Nightfall. Then I have corner positioning with Bane, and that's where he's deadliest. Solitary confinement, that is back 2-3. Now that is how you're gonna get your damage. It is incredibly unsafe at -16, but I don't know. I've seen some people have trouble punishing it, but that's probably a personal issue. Not my deal. Yeah, your back 2-3 could be hit confirmed into your final strike. It is your best way to cash out damage. I'm a little rusty, forgive me. Final strike into your air grab. Voila. Massive Bane damage. But the trick is hit confirming it and getting it off safely. I'll show you how to make it safe later, but that's when we get into his tech throws and stuff like that. Then you have his combos that start with his overhead. Which is Spine Buster. That itself is also a mix-up. It's overhead and down and hit your 1-3 button. I don't like to do that. I prefer to just hit my throw button. I see no need. Let's see. Spine Buster got increased damage. Brutal Hammer Fist, but you're standing 2. Got increased damage. Jab's been sped up. It's going to be a lot easier to get stuff done with Bane now. But Spine Buster basically slams him in the ground. But if you enhance it, breaks his back. Thank God this stuff hits a lot harder than it used to. Gonna have a lot more fun playing Bane. Now basically, you're forward 2, down 2, forward 2, down 3. It's the same thing as in your standing 1 strings. It's just raw overhead. So the frame data remains the same. That's still +2. And don't really need to explain what happens here. Same thing, -5. Or if not, I don't remember. I'm tired. Now, special moves. Not really gonna get into the super move here. Raging Charge. It still has a very high startup at 33 frames, and it's -12. But it's one of your best ways to get in. It's very fast. So if you notice opponents using a lot of projectiles, I don't advise using this without armor, but if you meter burn it, follows up with an elbow drop, cash out your damage. 210 base, that's pretty good. And I'll show you how to make that a little safer too. But it comes at a bit of a cost. I'll show you that later. Your ring slam, that's just an air grab. The grab changes based on where he grabs the opponent in the air. That no longer confirms. Hold off. Any launcher of Bane's can be confirmed into the grab. Now if I get him in soups in the corner here, grab's gonna change once again. Never mind. That changed too. They used to have one where you grab by the legs and flipped him backwards. So it used to be a good side switch, but if you used it at the wrong time, you end up putting yourself in the corner against a better character. That's not good. Mercenary's elbow, back forward 2. It's -29. So it is certainly not safe, but it's a bit hard to punish if your opponent doesn't know how to punish it correctly. Just use mids or hit low while Bane's on the ground. It's the best way to lean into your mix-up game, like down 1 to Mercenary's elbow. Or standing 1 to Mercenary's elbow. Just keep mixing them up with the overhead. The third hit of the back 1-1-2 is not an overhead, but most people tend to block low anyways. So it's still effective. If you meter burn it, go airborne and slam into the ground. Hits harder than it did before now, thank God. Venom uppercut is also a solid anti-air. It's -24. But I will reiterate, Bane's moves are not safe. Well, at least his specials. It's one of your best wake-ups too. Also side switches. Then you have your Bane Bomb, my favorite move on this list. Bane Bomb is a command grab, down back forward 3, 20 frame startup. Gives you the good hit advantage too. It hits like a truck. It's beautiful. Look at it. If you meter burn it, it's a use side switch. So if I wake up Bane Bomb at the corner and side switch, I get good damage and I get positioning. Super move, I really don't want to get into that, but this is where we're going to have fun. Venom. Since I don't have a friend in this lobby, I won't be able to show you some of how Venom works. But I can give you the basic rundown then. Show off a few combos, see if they still work after patch or not. We'll see. Venom increases Bane's damage, increases his speed, and he takes less damage while Venom is active. I had a notebook showing the specific increases, but I can give you the rough gist of what it does. You have level 1 Venom. Basically gives you 15% increase in damage. Level 2. Let's give you 25. Level 3 gives you a 40% increase in Bane's total damage output. Now, while Venom is active, you have 1 hit of armor during a special move. So, let's just say Superman fired his regular heat vision at me. Without character trait, with character trait on, he breaks my armor. It's ridiculous. But I could tank 1 projectile, Venom charge. Once you jack it up another level, between special moves, you get another hit of armor. Level 3 is where things get interesting. Remember our power punch? At level 3 Venom? This becomes an armor breaking move. So does his overhead. Certain moves like your Raging Charge and your Bane Bomb also become invincible. I think it's great. But comes the cost. At level 1, I believe you take like you do a 25% damage decrease per move while you're on cooldown. When you hit level 2, I think it's up to 30 or 35. Yeah, I think 35% less damage, plus Bane moves significantly, like he moves visibly slower. And level 3, a whopping 60% less damage. At least that was before the patch. I have yet to test it out online. So I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna work yet. Just doing that because I hate Superman. So playing Bane is like a chess match with your opponent. Just be very careful. Go in when you need to, and back off when you don't have Venom in your system. It's a mistake I see a lot of Bane players make, and I make it myself on occasion. When you don't have Venom, disengage. You're going to lose that fight. Now let's get into the fun stuff. A few combos for you. At least, I have a video for some of Bane's throw tech that I will link in the description below, because this video has already run on half an hour. Christ. So let's show off a few combos. Or at least a few basic ones every Bane player should know. Oh yeah, Bane Bomb's tagged up. Alright. Start off with your change out. Get all the ones we are actually gonna need on here. All right. Go heavy hammer into Bane Bomb. I still find it very difficult to pull off. Fuck it. That's why I don't use that hit confirm. It's a very hard input, and if you want to see someone do that consistently, I recommend Biohazard. Now, we're gonna go into Feel the Pain. We're gonna spend 2 bars a meter here. Bounce cancel. Then jumping down 3. And then 1, 2, 3, ring slam. Okay, let's do it. Shit. $527 base damage. May cost 2 bars a meter, but if you want to take an opponent's life bar away just like that, off a simple punish, that's stuff I like. Now your 113, you can't confirm it into your air grab anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it into Bane Bomb and Mercenary's Elbow. Mercenary's Elbow barely gets there, but at least it's a good way to cash out damage if you're not in your ability to input the Bane Bomb. Now, Elbow is one I like to use. Jump in, back 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 air grab, or Bane Bomb. Sorry, Bane Bomb, not air grab. Ugh. I'm sorry for the poor play. I haven't played this in a while and just rolled out bad. So, ugh. Not exactly on point. And if your opponent seems the type to try an air escape, it still works with the down 2. All you gotta do is take another step forward. Damn it. A little less damage, but it's guaranteed. Just remember, take a step forward after you uppercut to confirm the 1, 2, 3. Now it's back 2, 3 is where it gets interesting, because you could follow that up twice. And then follow it up with this ring slam. You can also bounce cancel your back 2, 3. More damage. Damn it. Jumping heavy down 3 is a tough hit confirm. But 578. You can also end most of these combos release with his launchers with the Venom uppercut. It's a good way to close the gap. But and that's gonna be the end of my Bane tutorial. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. And if y'all could do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm new to this whole tutorial thing, and I'm using Twitch to record this, so all of it's done live. So give me some feedback on how I can do better and stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get a little treat for you guys. My biggest combo. Oh, shit. Little Bane super move combo for you to end this. And with that, you guys have a great day. Happy Bane bombing.